Hello, we're back. We're streaming again. We're doing it.
No.
I can't count down from 5. We're starting strong.
Hello.
Yeah, I began doing my countdown, and I went from like 3 to 1 on my index finger because I always like count down because there's a little bit of lag between when the game says you're going live and when it actually goes live. So I did 5, 4, 3, 1, and then one on my index finger. So then I was like, and then I just used my middle finger to do 1 again. So it just came out, because usually you do 2 with index and middle.
Yeah.
Didn't work out. Playing Final Fantasy X.
Woo!
Is that your level of excitement?
Woo! Woo!
I love the RPGs. I had started streaming this for Jamie a long time ago when we were still long distance. I was playing a file on this, and I would stream, and we'd hang out.
Sweet memories.
And so that file's gone a little way in there, but I didn't record any of it. And I figured, you know what, start over. So
Yeah, and I used to fall asleep all the time, so this time I'll actually
so here it is.
maybe I'll get what this game
This is the
doing.
HD remaster version. We're playing with the standard sphere grid.
Standard? Why'd you go standard?
Because the expert grid is kind of different. So like the difference is that the standard grid, everyone kind of starts off in their own area of the sphere grid. But in the expert one, they kind of start in the middle, and you can kind of take them in whatever path you want. And in general, I'm fine with them all just being
their own thing
where they
in
are.
the beginning.
Yeah, that's fine with me. And you can use key spheres later to like unlock them into different stuff. Like I said, I plan on taking Kamari into Lulu's sphere grid like as soon as possible, and basically making him a caster as well.
Yeah. Well,
just
that's kind of why I thought.
because there's a lot of fights with like
grid.
where there's like good elemental weaknesses, or you like need range. There's a couple boss fights later in the game where like you just have to hit him with ranged, and so it's like it helps to have another like caster who can do range stuff. So.
Yeah.
It's such a beautiful start to this game. Their little camp.
Like Beauty Among Ruins, kind of.
I always love Titus's voice when he's like talking about the past, not when he's like in the present.
Yeah.
I'm like, why can't you just talk like that all the time? Because this game has like good voice acting, like minus Titus and Yuna.
Yeah.
And of course, when we get to the infamous laugh scene, I'm gonna actually defend that scene. So.
Okay.
I think they did a lot with like the hair in the HD remastered version, like the
Listen to
there's
my
my
story.
yeah, like the textures look so much better.
This may be our last chance.
This is my story. Final Fantasy
Off to a good start.
10. Yeah, so this game is special to me because I played it. I didn't play it originally when I was a kid. Like I was a Kingdom Hearts kid. And then also this is the prelude, which every Final Fantasy game contains a prelude, and 10's prelude was like such a drastic departure because like the typical melody of the prelude comes in later. It's the thing that like I actually my alarm is the prelude from 7 because it's such a gentle like waking up sound. Oh, who's that mysterious kid?
Mysterious kid who's walking
So
faster
this-
than his actual walk cycle.
The kind of like the melody there is kind of also like this game was always weird to me as coming from Kingdom Hearts, and that like the camera isn't behind you. This game still uses static like pre-rendered backgrounds kind of. So the backgrounds are 3D, but they're still pre-rendered. So like when this starts, it's kind of weird because yeah, you just have fixed camera angles.
Yeah.
And sometimes when cutscenes ends, or when a cutscene ends, I'm like, is it over? Like, can I move now? It's just like, oh, I
Yeah.
guess I can. Go talk to the people.
Can I have your autograph?
Hell yeah, honeys.
course.
This is literally you changing your name. So that's the weird thing about this game, because in all the previous Final Fantasy games, you could name all your characters, but this game has voice acting, which obviously makes it hard to name your characters because they can't speak the lines. So the weird thing is you can still name Titus in this game, even though it's apparently Titus. But the reason no one knew that is because no one ever says his name. So it like defaults to Titus, and I'm honestly just gonna leave it as that unless
That's
you
fine.
have a strong.
I have no preference.
All right.
We can go Game Grumps style though,
And
then
name
make
him
it like
name him Sklarple or something like
Spurple?
that, or Meeple, or
Spoon Jam.
Spoon Jam. But anyways,
Would Spoon Jam even fit there? SPOONJAM. Yeah, it
what
would.
exactly? Do I hit start when I want to? Yeah. So I'm just gonna leave it.
Good luck tonight.
But yeah, no one says his name, which I thought was really weird because I never thought about that.
Oh, if I score a goal,
I'm gonna do this.
I'll do this. That will mean it was for you, okay? What seat?
Walk in the front row. Fifth from the right.
Got it.
They're like just kind of like casually like bouncing up and down.
Yeah. Well, old games are just kind of like that, you know.
Can you promise?
No problem.
But yeah, so that's something I didn't consider the first time I played this game. But anyways, the reason I was like, this game is special because I didn't play it when I was a kid because I tried it and I didn't have a guidebook or anything when I was a kid either, and it was just confusing to me, and I didn't understand the sphere grid at all. Like that was kind of basically how you leveled up.
Well, gotta go. Cheer for
And
me.
because I didn't know that,
2, 3.
it was ignoring it. Like I didn't know what it was at all.
Hey, I got a game to play.
And yeah, since I didn't know what it was and I was ignoring it, my characters basically weren't leveling up. And eventually the game just got really hard. I got to like the Mian High Road. That weird
I
thing.
mean, tomorrow.
What's he doing there?
Promise?
Promise.
Is that how people say thank you?
It's like a Blitzer salute
Oh.
in Xanarkand. It's like how they show. It's like a yeah. But anyways, but yeah, I mean, like if you look at this city, it's like the city's crazy looking, like super futuristic.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, this game didn't make any sense to me as a kid. I got to be in High Road, my characters were super weak, and I had started having a lot of trouble with the game. And I was like, and I wasn't super into it to begin with because like I just thought that I didn't get the turn-based battle system as a kid either. I was like, I thought of it as like a thing for Game Boys and more of like a technical limitation. I was like, they only do this in Pokemon
I was
because
in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news.
they don't have like
Our
the
hero,
great battle
Jet,
system.
gone.
Like they
Vanished
can't do it
into
real
thin
time.
air. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Zenar,
Is
I
this
says to
Titus?
myself, what are you
No, this
thinking?
is some like random guy.
I went running straight back home. We sat up talking about Jack all night.
Oh, I could have listened more to that. Basically,
Yeah,
like
you
Jet.
could have.
Make way.
Who the
Coming
heck
through.
is?
Sorry.
So okay, so
Get out of my-
it's
Hey,
Jet,
I'm gonna be late.
right?
Ject.
Jet.
Hey, let
Yeah,
go.
it's Jecht and it's pronounced Ject. So Ject is Titus's father.
Oh.
And he was like a star blitzball player, really popular and everything like that. But yeah, basically he abandoned, so to speak, abandoned Titus, and his mother when he was little, and he just disappeared. No one ever knows where he went.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's just like a really interesting start for a Final Fantasy game because like the graphics were just amazing at the time. This came out before Kingdom Hearts.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean obviously this is the HD version on PS4, but yeah, I mean it still looked really good and it was really mind blowing at the time. So anyways, I never got through the game, but my friend Brian, he was a big fan of this game. He never played Kingdom Hearts. Like that one didn't make sense to him, and I think because he played this one first.
Yeah. I love this like metal
Yeah, right.
intro.
Whenever I listen to the soundtrack and I have it on shuffle, it's always alarming when this song comes
This
in.
is Auron?
So this is Sir Auron.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is Sin.
Sin. Which Sin still doesn't make any sense to me, even after you've explained what you've explained.
Well, because I never want to spoil it for you, so.
That's true.
So yeah. So anyways, they're playing Blitzball. Blitzball is like
No spoilers, people.
Blitzball is like soccer, rugby in the water. Like it's literally in a sphere of water.
Yeah, it's like water polo.
But this game is all about.
Rugby
This game
soccer.
has like loads of water imagery and and also. So here's like a hint. Like, do you see what's happening to like the buildings as Sin gets closer, like distorting and dissolving almost?
Yeah.
Um,
I see that.
that's relevant.
Wormholes.
But yeah, the whole concept of Blitzball is like so.
Yeah, so
just,
he like goes up, right? And then he like. Yeah.
and then he sees Sin coming towards the stadium. Sin starts shooting out lasers. Yeah.
Doesn't
Also,
make any
if any hardcore Final Fantasy X folks are watching this is the remastered like orchestral soundtrack versus the original compressed version. I like the remastered one. I mean, some like Brian, you know, as someone who played this game a lot as a kid on the PS2, like he prefers the original one because this one like sounds different.
Yeah.
But this one sounds really good because it's
Not compressed.
it's not super compressed and
Yeah.
and whatnot.
But if that's not what you're used to, yeah, the sound is really different.
Yeah. So anyways, that didn't go well. Sin came, giant wave thing, destroyed the stadium. I also love that like the Blitzball, like they don't really have like uniforms or stuff. But yeah, so Titus knows Orin, obviously.
I was waiting for
What are you talking about?
Why does Auron have like an arm in his sleeve? Actually, you know what? Never mind. I didn't ask that because it doesn't matter. Because
Yeah.
whatever they wear has nothing to do with anything.
Yeah, it's
as weird as it looks.
it's never explained. I don't know if the implication is that he was injured at one point, or if it's like meant to be like he's so badass he doesn't need his other arm, because occasionally he does use it. There's that weird
Ooh.
kid again.
Weird kid.
Like occasionally he does use it. It's almost like wow, like if you make Auron use his other arm, like
Oh, weird.
yeah. So this kid says it begins.
Don't
Like
cry.
first time. And yeah, the kid was there at the beginning because those kids asked him, "Can you teach us how to play Blitz?" And he said, "Like, oh, tonight after the game or something."
Yeah, and,
And-
you were like,
and
and
the
he
kid-
was like, you can't tonight.
Yeah, and he's like, "Okay, so tomorrow." And it's like weird because like it's almost like Titus didn't even register that guy said anything. But yeah, so far we know that Titus somehow knows Auron. Yeah, and I don't even think it's been said so far that Jekt is your father. Like, it was just that guy was reminiscing about Jekt. I think if I would have stayed longer, maybe Titus would have had some internal monologue stuff
Yeah.
that might have explained that.
We call it sin.
Sin?
But yeah, this game has such heavy, like, reincarnation, kind of like cyclical nature of things. Like,
That makes
themes
sense
in
with
it. Like,
water being a theme
yeah,
in
and
it,
like you
know?
play in a sphere, there's the sphere grid. The place is called Spira. Like everything is like
Yeah.
about like circles and spheres and stuff.
In the cycle of life, I'm sure.
Yeah. And then there's lots of water. But yeah, so these little guys, like Sin shoots them out and stuff. Little Sin spawn.
Oh my god, he looks so like helpless and like not able to
Yeah.
do anything.
Take it.
Oh, and it's just like, here, have a sword.
A gift from Jekt.
My old man?
Yeah, so I guess there is maybe the first, like, hey, this is like Jekt is your dad. But yeah, no one ever knows what happened to Jekt, and like Jekt was like important to the story, and like you find out more about him as you go. Yeah, so clearly Auron knows your father. But yeah, so this game is
Don't matter. We cut through.
full on just turn based. So you see nothing's happening. You can see the turn order in the top right. Like it shows me, then Auron's gonna go, then the three monsters, and then me again.
Oh.
So basically, you
That's
attack.
fun.
You can select
Who
what
you're gonna attack?
you can select which one you want to attack. But for some reason, I can't switch back and forth right now, so I can only attack that one. Yeah, because I guess we're moving forward. Yeah, so we're just cutting through them. Then this one.
One at a time.
Yeah. This is just like, you know, obviously like tutorial fight.
Yeah. I know how video games work. No need to explain.
Cut the ones that matter and run.
Cut the ones that matter.
Yeah, so like there can be like formation, so to speak, so it's just like it's like obviously like the positioning, like
You want to go after the ones that are directly in your way instead of going behind you.
And it's funny is like, so sometimes, you know, there's the concept of like where you got a preemptive attack or there's an ambush, so that'll happen from time to time. So in a preemptive attack, like all your characters are kind of at the top of the turn order, and usually like the position is shown as like you're behind the enemies. And then sometimes you get ambushed and like the enemies get the first shot and they're
behind you.
Exactly.
Got it. Oh, so since the last time we streamed, my hair is now purple.
It is purple, very purple.
Yeah, so I
Such
got my
perk.
hair done at a salon where I spent my own hard-earned money to get my hair done fun colors.
Wait to die.
Something that's kind of interesting is that
Really
you want to
quick.
explain this?
Yeah, so basically it's just teaching you about your overdrives, which are like your big finishing moves. They build up. You can set different methods, but
You're
in
like an
general,
ultimate.
yeah, in general, like as you take damage and stuff, your overdrive meter increases. So right now you can see like orange bar is full, like mine's almost full.
Okay.
Different overdrives do different things.
Okay. But with my hair, something I didn't realize was that it doesn't matter if you get it done professionally or
Forget what
not.
ones is what I have to do.
Wow. good job.
Yeah, so everyone's overdrive is different. Like Orin's is like pushing like a sequence of things.
Yeah.
And that affects like Orin's hits everyone, and that affects like what happens. But if you notice, this guy's casting Demi, which does like a quarter of your HP every time.
Wow.
Um,
Yikes. But yeah, something that doesn't change whether you get your hair done or do it at home is
damn it, I really fucked that up.
yeah, that was
Yeah, it did like less damage than a normal attack.
my
I had to
shower
hit it when it
tub
was in the
is
middle.
like purple. No, I
It
understand
is
that.
indeed.
The shower tub is like definitely purple. I thought that like going to a salon would reduce the amount of like
Yeah, you know, like you wouldn't have as much bleed.
yeah, I didn't think the color would bleed so bad. But I also think that this was the first time this person used this stylist used this brand of dye.
Yeah.
I keep saying I need to do this. I need to text her and send her an update and be like, hey, color is still totally in here, but it's also definitely like running out every I think I've done like 2 washes
Yeah.
so far of my hair.
I finally got it.
And I need to show her the tub,
Yeah.
so
Well, and that's the thing too. When your hair lands in the sink or something like that,
Yeah.
and you don't get it out, it's staining the sink too.
yeah, and it
'Cause
was
it's like
crazy because like
the hair gets wet, and then it sits there and bleeds into the sink.
yeah, and so something that was crazy that I noticed while shampooing my hair yesterday was I was
Really quick with that fight, basically, it's kind of like scary because he uses Demi and it hits you really hard because it takes a quarter of your HP.
Yeah.
The thing is, because it keeps quartering, it keeps doing less and less damage, and it won't actually kill you because it can't.
Oh,
Its
'cause
only
it just-
attack is Demi, which deals a quarter of your HP, so it'll just continue taking smaller and smaller amounts, always a quarter each time.
Yeah. But yeah, so when I was shampooing my hair, it got on the like wall of the shower, and then in the time that it took me for me to rinse it out and see that there was like soapy hair dye that got onto the shower wall and rinse that off, it had already stained the shower wall. It was pretty crazy. It was probably a course of like 2 or 3 minutes. No, probably not even 3. But yeah, it was crazy. So dealing with that. But my hair's fun. It's fun colors.
So you have to kill the ones when their wings start to flicker because they'll do like a more powerful attack to you.
Yeah.
This kind of sucks. I wish I would have healed more before. But I don't think I can hit it until he says. So what you need to do to get out of this fight is you actually need to attack that little like mechanical thing hanging off the edge on the right hand side.
Oh yeah, I see it.
That's what actually needs to fight, but it's not targetable right now. But yeah, like I really need to like use potions and stuff and get like beat the hell up by these things.
Yeah, because you're not strong yet.
This could be bad. That. Knock it down.
What?
Trust me, you'll see.
I'll go one more round. Yeah, so you have to attack that thing repeatedly.
Careful.
Oh, did that one have flickering wings? I didn't notice. No. Oh, 2 of them do now. Damn it! See, that's the thing is like, I need to use potions, but that one these things keep getting flicker wings going on.
What are the flickery wings? What?
Are they all doing it, or is it just this? I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, because when their wings start to flicker, they do that powered up attack. So like, you can see like they hit for like 30-ish.
Yeah. The flickery. Oh, you mean like the one in the... That one?
Yeah. So like that
where
means...
the front of their wings kind of do like a rapid color change?
Yeah, so that means that they're about to do a powered up attack.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Is that thing next?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, it's not. This could be the last blow on it. Yeah. I was thinking it might be
Does
the
it
last.
kill all of them?
It like blows up this whole like bridge thing we're standing on. That's Jack like on the billboard or whatever on the side of that thing.
That also, funnily enough, looks like Captain Jack Sparrow.
There's a little bit Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
This game came out before Pirates of the Caribbean, though. Pirates of the Caribbean was what, around like 2004 or 5 or something like that. Maybe
Oh yeah, I
originally?
mean I know that this game came out before
yeah,
that, but it's more just like funny.
Yeah, I think this game came out like 2002.
Thanks for the hops.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like that would have straight launched you.
Titus just jumps
it-
like 20 feet.
If it didn't. Well, the explosion would have launched him for sure. If
So
it
here's like
didn't
Sin
blow
like
up his-
looming right overhead. And like Sin is just like sucking everything into it.
What the hell? I didn't notice this before.
You are sure?
The surface of it is so weird.
Well, did you see what just happened there?
This is it.
Oh, ew. The
Story.
the movement of it is grossing me out.
I don't think that's actually it. I think that's the water warping around it.
Looks like a...
It all begins here.
He looks so different, like in the like high res,
Yeah.
like the HD cutscenes
Yeah,
versus
like the pre-rendered versus
yeah.
the in-engine ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then this is Waka, right?
No, not yet.
My old man?
Yeah, so I mean,
What
did
the
you notice
heck?
what happened there? Like, So like for some reason like Auron like seemed to be speaking to Sin. He
What? I thought he was talking to you.
he turned. He had his head over his shoulder and he said, "Are you sure?"
Huh.
And then he turns back to you and says, like, "It all starts here. Like this is your story." And then yeah, Titus said something like "my old man" because like the symbol, like his symbol, which I think is that symbol on your leg or whatever. I don't know if that's the symbol of the team or what the deal is. But yeah, Titus said "my old man," and like yeah, now it appears that Zanarkand, like where we are, is totally underwater.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's his dad.
Is
So,
Jex Sin?
I don't know.
Kind of feeling like it. Like, I don't know. Like, that's the vibe I'm getting.
I thought about a lot of things. Like, where I was, what I got myself into.
Yeah, if you talk to
I
David, no
started to
spoilers.
feel lightheaded.
If I talk to David. You mean
Yeah.
if David joins the stream
Yeah.
and spoils everything for me?
I don't think he
I
would
had
not
a
do
dream. A dream.
I don't
of
know.
being alone. I wanted someone.
I do think that David
anyone
and I should start a
beside me.
movie.
So I
a
didn't
movie
have
review
to feel
podcast.
alone
Movie.
anymore.
Yeah.
I think that would be super duper fun.
But yeah, so we got like Sin opened some weird portal thing and sucked me and Auron into it, and then Zanarkand was underwater, and then we saw eject, and then we swam close to him, and then when we swam close to him, like suddenly Jack became like a kid.
I thought that was you as
Yeah,
a kid.
like that was. I think it was. Yeah.
Oh.
Anybody there?
And now I'm in ruins.
Auron!
Ancient or looking ruins. And there's a cute little bird. Hello, bird.
This is confusing.
Yeah.
I'm like,
This game is. I didn't even understand the game actually after I beat it. Like I thought I understood it when I beat it, and I didn't. And then I watched like a plot of Final Fantasy X explained video on YouTube one time, and I was like, "Holy crap!" Turns out I didn't get it.
oh, really? Like, you finished the game being like, I think I know
Yeah,
what
like
happened.
thinking I knew what happened, and then I turned out I was like just wrong.
Just straight out wrong.
Yeah.
That's funny. This is very, like, beautiful, though.
Yeah.
I love, like, creepy, quiet moments in games, even if they're not, like, necessarily, like, creepy. But, like,
Yeah.
oh, this is the weird...
This is Albed.
Yeah, the other language
So yeah.
that
it's
you, like, find books for and, like, learn to translate over time.
Nope, can't read.
Can't read.
Yeah, so sorry for the noise of trains. That's just a thing.
Oh.
Here.
Gosh, that's so funny. I don't even
Yeah,
notice
right.
it. I didn't even catch that.
Yeah, sometimes I don't notice at all that.
Yeah, when I'm streaming, you can like super
Yeah.
duper hear them.
Yeah, you gotta.
Oh, do I gotta lead you around? Do I gotta? show
No,
you?
we can put. So I do have a guidebook for this game. We can just put it in between us. But yeah, so we're right here, and honestly, it's funny. So here's the first thing in this guidebook. Oh, Dan Berlew, man, he makes a hell of a guidebook. But this guidebook does have some things that are errors in it. For instance, I just found a chest right here that isn't marked on the map.
Liar.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
I mean, it's crazy though if you think about
this
it,
game's
right?
like insane.
Because like they get early access to these games, like the guidebook authors, and then they have to like
go find everything.
and find everything and like write this stuff and
Honestly, I feel like that'd be pretty fun.
um,
That'd be a pretty fun job.
introduction to Albed. Find Albed primers. Oh, so
I hope it doesn't drop the stream.
yeah, I don't know.
It's just
which-
broadcasting our audio right now. So.
Yeah. Basically, like you can load Albed primers off of.
Oh. I wonder if it kicked us off.
No, it didn't. It just
No?
said it was mic only.
Okay.
So
I should have the chat open.
it's just
in
you can
case.
import save data. Yeah, so you can import some what's it called? You can import some Albed like stuff from your other save.
Yeah.
it just like automatically shows you some Albed already, like because you collect Albed primers, which are like little books hidden throughout the game.
Yeah.
And when you collect the books, you get it like reveals a letter, and basically Albed is just like the letters are just jumbled, so it'll be like K equals F,
Yeah.
and then it'll like show them correctly for, and eventually you when you find Albed stuff, you can just read it or whatever.
Oh yeah, I remember that part.
These are save spheres.
Some of the places that you were
So yeah,
previously in.
our save, every time we save, it's gonna do this weird thing
Oh.
where it's
Yeah,
gonna.
that's what it looks like.
Yeah, exactly. So always try.
So we're
and,
still here. Yeah.
Yeah, so
okay, that's good.
always try and save as quickly as possible. So as to avoid. Yeah, always try and save as quickly as possible, so as to avoid that as much as I can. But
That's probably me.
yeah, that's you.
I'm gonna get the phone stand so that I can.
Oh, definitely. But yeah, it's super annoying when you're streaming that these games, the way they implemented the saving, it just doesn't save it within the game. It was nice that they didn't do that for the Kingdom Hearts ones.
Oh, I don't actually need to be. I can just have chat.
Yeah, you can also do chat only. Uh-oh. Crumbling Ass Bridge.
Crumbling Ass Bridge.
Yep, Crumbling Ass Bridge. I don't remember. I know there's a giant thing that attacks you in here. That you pretty much just run from. But it's fun. You can actually come back here later and kill this thing, because there's like a boss fight against like the Geo something or other. And you're pretty much your only option is to run, or you fight it for a couple rounds and then run.
Yeah. Man, I should be clipping your channel though.
What do you mean clipping?
Like clipping fun moments from stuff.
Oh yeah.
But
sure.
since we're on a lag, like.
Yeah. Luckily, when I got sucked through Sin's magic beehole portal, it apparently also healed me.
Magic People Portal.
Well, I mean, you were getting pretty grossed out.
Yeah,
by the
it
magic.
looked all like gross and like ugh, fleshy. Ugh.
Sin's actually like kind of interesting looking. He kind of looks like a giant whale. Like when you actually see him.
He?
Like,
It's an actual thing?
I don't know, it. Like,
Huh.
yeah, so see, this is the big boss thing. Look, it's got like a weird rib cagey belly
Whoa.
thing.
Ew. Yeah, it has like an external rib cage.
Yeah, and
Like
like
its guts are underneath
weird,
it.
weird tentacle-y things.
These like designs are so strange.
Ambushed.
You've been ambushed.
Yeah, so that thing smacked me for half my health.
Ambushed. You can't escape.
Oh, can
It's
I
not an
not?
option.
Let me see. I think you're just supposed to try and escape.
Geo's Gano.
Yeah, and
Geo's
Hokage.
Gano.
Oh, that's weird. Like, it's straight up like, it's straight up like, out of. Oh, that's weird. Okay.
So whether you like
Yeah,
it or not, you can't.
yeah. I don't know. Now that's there also be differences from this and the guide, because the guidebook says just escape from this fight.
Yeah.
Which is apparently not something I can do. Oh, maybe now I can. Because yeah, it says or you can go 3 rounds with it, and then after 3 rounds you'll be able to escape. But it says pretty much like just escape as fast as you can, like otherwise. But whoa. Yeah, I don't know. The monster design in this
Kind of
is
feel like you're auto escaping.
yeah
Escaping.
is pretty interesting, because like the idea behind these creatures is a lot of these creatures are called fiends, and and they're another like plague that sin brings upon Spira.
The fiends.
Yeah. Like you learn about the fiends later.
I had made it out of the frying pan and into the freezer. I thought I was gonna die in this place.
I love his little tiny shorts on one side.
Yeah, right. He has one that's like
Bermuda short.
one's
lady.
like super long and one's yeah,
Like
one's
his little dolphin shorts.
yeah. I mean, like his whole outfit is like asymmetrical because it's like you have like the long sleeve and like the metal gauntlet on like one side and then like a regular sleeve on the other side. He's like kind of wearing overalls and has like exposed chest. Like I don't know. It's very Nomura. Like he gets.
Asymmetry is like something they push a lot in character design too. Just in general, they're like it's more interesting, and I'm like sometimes.
I like the way
If
he's
executed
just like apparently pushing aside like columns, like
Yeah.
stone, like
enormous stone columns. As if,
yeah,
like,
right. I'm just like, damn, Titus.
Yeah. Damn, Titus, damn.
Damn, Titus.
Need fire.
So cold.
Cavemen need fire.
Yeah. I always thought too these games are almost kind of made funky by the fact that they have this like static perspective.
Yeah.
It's like hard to see where exactly you are in the thing. All right, save data 3. Yeah. Yeah, see, like I haven't played this game like since 2017. It was saying that was like the last time I played this. So. Darn save thing.
That's weird that it like.
The remains of a campfire. With flint and tinder, you could start another fire here. Sweet.
You should probably do
I think I will.
that. Go die, boy. You need help.
No.
Played this part enough that it's like second nature.
I played the beginning of the game a couple times because I played it through with Brian. Basically, like at kind of a rough patch. Me and Brian had decided that a cool thing to do. So that's like a fun little, hey, look, there's an item there. Because yeah, you'd walk in, you'd naturally think like, okay, walk towards the stairs. You move here, and it's just like, it's such like a small little area, but it's like, hey, it'll change the perspective. And that's a thing where it's like,
Yeah, they can hide stuff.
yeah, I think I'm supposed to grab this for Tinder. He's dried out. So anyways, yeah, like,
Bokeh.
so the way I played through this game is I did play it on PS2, the original version, for the first time. But what I did instead was basically Brian, with the guidebook, kind of piloted me through it, or co-piloted me through it, I should say. Where else am I supposed to be going right now? So I got that. I'm supposed to get like a flint somewhere too.
Yeah, so you have Tinder.
Yeah, I think I need to just walk around the main floor. But yeah, so, and that's how I played through it, because, you know, I guided him through Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. He guided me through, let's see here.
There's stuff written on the floor.
Wait, is this where I came in from? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where I came in from. There's... Wait, are you sure I didn't come in through here? No, this is just another... Alright, perfect. Yeah, so we guided each other through some, apparently, spark rocks. That was convenient, that like...
Spark rocks?
I don't know. Right? Though, like, it was like some flint
How
that
am
I
I
could...
supposed to know that that was flint?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Bob?
But yeah, it was just like a fun way to go through these games. That was weird. Like, it said examine, and I was pressing X, but I couldn't do it until I actually got a bit closer. He's like shocked. I'm like, did it explode?
Mm-hmm.
Did you strike the flint and the logs exploded? Yeah, that was just like a really fun way to go through the game. Because like so many of these things are like weirdly kind of like trial and error puzzly or whatever.
Weird. He's like, oh, hungry. Oh, need fire.
But now I'm being stalked by something apparently.
I need food.
I need food.
Warrior needs food badly.
I know you had
What do you want?
In-N-Out for lunch.
It was a
but
bad
good
call.
Taco Bell for dinner.
You lost because of you.
You want some
Can
Taco
you say
Bells?
that?
Yeah.
I'm kind of
Having the cravings.
Yeah.
But anyways, he,
It's been 10 years. I thought you'd be crying.
everyone always like makes fun of him for being a crybaby.
You cried.
And you notice like there was weird like distortion around that kid
Yeah.
in the memory.
Memory.
Yeah, there was a flashback just now, like Titus having a memory of a time Auron visited him, and he was like, "What the hell are you doing here?" And so like Auron's clearly like visited Titus before. He's another fiend.
Hey, wait! Don't go out on me! Just hold on. I'll get more wood.
Yeah, talk to the fire.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. Uh-oh. It's a creepy,
The heck is that?
fiend.
It's a click.
Yeah.
Or a cleek. Or a clay. That's why I hate English.
Click, yeah. Oh, I mean, this is just like a fantasy monster. Like, but yeah, this is pretty much just.
But still, that's like the fundamental. I read this thing today, that like perfectly summed up why I hate. I mean, okay, I shouldn't say that I hate the English language, but it just like when I learn other languages, I'm like that makes way more sense than English does to me. So, for example, someone was like, if you don't think the English language is absolutely nuts, think of it was written out so this will
Is it
sound
Goti?
different.
G-H-O-T-I.
What?
I think I've told you that before, how like you can pronounce the word spelled G-H-O-T-I as fish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't that. It was actually these are the alphabet, right?
Yeah.
So it said, so read and lead rhyme, and red and lead rhyme, but read and lead
Yeah.
don't rhyme, and neither do red and lead.
Uh,
And they're all spelled the same way. And I was like, yes, exactly, this is so frustrating.
That's funny. So yeah, anyways, I'm playing as unknown person. This is Riku.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
So yeah, she has abilities. You can't steal from it, but they want you to use.
Actually, yeah. In our thing, it's between her and Kumari.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Riku doesn't look like this in most of it.
That's fine. I can specifically ask this.
Ask for this suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is her like cave exploring suit.
Yeah. It's cute. Look at her little green thong she has going on. I know she's wearing like a yellow suit underneath
yeah, I
it,
know.
but like I think it's just funny that they put like a.
I think it's really funny that she can throw grenades at it and then steal them back like after they've blown up. Yeah, it's weird because you play with Riku like early in the game. She's like your second party member after Auron, but then you don't see her for a long time, and she doesn't
Yeah.
come back into the game until much later. Boom, got it. So you see you see the way like when the creature died, like those kind of
Little light thingies came out.
yeah, exactly. 2 ability spheres. Heck yeah.
Boom!
Yeah. And also, it's much more clear in this version that she is wearing a thing underneath it. I feel like it looked way more nude in the original version.
When it was lower resolution.
Yeah.
That was close.
Well, look at how close the color is to her skin.
Yeah.
It's very close.
Let me go.
Yeah, so you can see how some of the letters are like correct.
I hate her voice though.
Kuno is sorry.
Oh. For all I know, she could have called him a C word.
Yeah. Well, see, and that's the thing is like letters directly translate, so it's like C-U-N-N-O, you know, so it's like the double R and sorry, so clearly N's or R's kind of thing. So like things still translate the right way like that. Like double letters, you'll still be double letters in whatever, because it's literally just one letter replaced for another is the way they did Obed. But yeah, basically they were like, oh, he's a fiend, because if you notice, like the word fiend was actually just fiend in both languages.
Yeah.
Now they're back on some sort of shit.
Hey, that hurts. Whoa. Okay.
And that's brother.
Right, whatever. I said I
think
don't understand.
They're using like the same like grunting voice loop.
Yeah.
You said you can stay if you make yourself useful.
I know, I like the like she
you
speaks
understand
common.
me? All right, I'll work.
Do, do, do,
Excuse me.
Yeah, I know, I like the way she speaks common, but no, dang it, I didn't want nude, damn. No. That's the other thing I hate about, you know, obviously, like, the stream won't be able to see this right now, but the thing I hate about it is that it always defaults to new save. It doesn't default to saving over your last save.
Yeah.
Oh, almost forgot.
Is this the first time you're able to access this?
They're just giving you, like, a tutorial on it. So yeah, like, this is the standard sphere grid, and so in the standard sphere grid, everyone has their own territory, and yeah, I don't know if the sphere grid actually changes. Basically, the idea is you can kind of make whatever characters whatever you want.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, certain characters have certain things, you know, but like you could basically switch Lulu and Yuna in the beginning. So yeah, so since I'm level 4, I have the ability to move up to 4 levels.
Okay.
And then you need to use spheres to unlock the nodes. So right now I'm at an empty node, it has no symbol on it. But you can activate either the current node you're on or any directly adjacent node.
Okay.
And so your level, essentially what your level is it's just how many moves you have on the grid. And the sphere grid looks complicated, but in standard mode, it's actually pretty linear. Like, there are some times where, like, maybe you make, like, a detour that will actually dead end, and it's just to, like, pick up some extra stuff, and then you'll have to waste some levels basically getting back to the track. But it's worth it for the sake of getting the stuff that's on the detour.
Interesting.
So yeah, I mean, they're just explaining all this right now. Like, I thought it was so complicated
When you first started.
Yeah, but it's like, okay, so now we have all these spheres, so certain things will require each of these different types of spheres based on what it is, like what type of node it is.
Okay. We have a bunch of spheres.
Yeah.
We have 8 power spheres.
Ability spheres are like the really valuable ones because they're usually hard to get. And you really need the abilities, so that's how you learn new abilities. It's like that's one of your big things.
So you can get cheer by putting an ability sphere here, correct? Okay.
Yeah, so
that's how that works.
It's doing all this automatically for me. I'm just pressing X.
Oh, really? You're not doing any of this?
No.
Oh.
I mean, I kind of am, but I'm basically just approving what they're already doing. So they're just saying like, hey. So I mean, it's pretty linear for the most part. You just want to do that stuff. Kimahri is just kind of meant to be like a hybrid character.
Kind of like whoever you want.
Yeah, so like he kind of doesn't have a lot of stuff of his own, and he's meant to kind of like, even in the original version, be more of a hybrid. But generally, like, people's paths are like customized to whatever type of character they are. So it's like, obviously the sphere grid's like huge, and everyone's actually on the same grid. So the thing is as you level,
can run into other people.
Yeah, so the thing is, like, they're usually behind what are called like locks. And see how it says L1 behind me? That was like a level 1 lock, and so you can get lock spheres and they unlock it, and so you can basically break into other people's grids by unlocking locks sometimes. Or sometimes just your really good abilities will be behind locks. But the cool thing, since this is the HD version, is it has this thing that basically makes enemies drop a certain type of sphere, which is really handy.
Cool.
So you can get ability spheres a lot more reliably that way.
It's not active now, but there should still be some power left. We're gonna go down there.
But basically, like,
and then we should
most of the spheres
salvage
drop
the big
readily all
glass.
over the place. Like, you get them from every fight, but ability spheres only drop from certain
let's
enemies
get
in the
to work.
original game.
Yeah.
And so you really wanted to, like, farm those enemies when you got there. Because farming those enemies just, like, it would ensure that you had enough stocked up for later.
I see.
Oh, no, I didn't want to return to ship. Whoops, I meant to dive.
We'll go as soon as you're.
I have to talk to her again. But yeah, so basically, like, Waka pretty early on, because, you know, we played this before, like, pretty early on, Waka gets the ability to, I forget what it's called. It's like called ability something, and basically it's an attack, and if you hit an enemy with it, it just means that that when you defeat them, they'll drop an ability sphere. And so it's super easy to get ability spheres in this game, which is really convenient. But yeah, so most battles that you encounter in this game are just
I feel like these
random
games
battles.
are like Cole teaches Jamie about JRPGs. Like, that's just like what our streams have kind of been
yeah.
thus far.
So
Because I don't play games like this. So
yeah, not at all. And that's the thing, is like this game has a really cool story, but it's not at all the type of game that you're really into.
Oh yeah, no. Like,
So-
I very much enjoy. Like, I don't think I would enjoy Kingdom Hearts playing it so much on my own.
Yeah.
Like, I think I really enjoyed watching you and like being here with you while you played it.
Yeah.
But I think I would only enjoy it like a little bit. Like, it would probably. I love hack and slash gameplay, so that's one thing.
Yeah, so definitely Kingdom Hearts would be more your style than Final Fantasy.
Than Final Fantasy for sure.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, when I mentioned that I love RPGs,
Just
he just
beats on it.
beat on it. But when I mention to people when they're, you know, when I'm talking to someone for the first time about what games I play, I mention that I like RPGs, and the first question I usually get asked is like, "Do you like Final Fantasy?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, I haven't played the Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
games.
you're like,
And I was
no, more like Western RPGs.
Yeah, I'm not. And it's not that, like, I think that JRPGs are boring by any means. It's more just that, like, I don't. First of all, I like open world combat. Like, I do not like turn-based combat. I'm not the biggest fan of that.
Yeah.
Or at least I
And
haven't been in the past.
I had to learn to like this, because I didn't initially. Like,
Yeah. Well, I think that's the case with kind of a lot of things. I love how grenades work underwater.
Underwater, heck yeah, and you can just throw them, and that works too.
But I love how you still don't know her name yet.
Yeah, no, she never said.
And then, but yeah, I feel like the experience I've had with games, like the first game I ever fell in love with was Oblivion. So
That was the Elder Scrolls 4, right?
correct.
Yeah. 3 was Morrowind. Yeah, 3 was Morrowind, 4 was Oblivion, 5 was Skyrim. Uh-oh. A big dude is here.
I thought Morrowind was 1.
I think the first one was just called the Elder Scrolls, wasn't it? Anyways. We turned on the power.
Oh, we did. Is that what
Yeah.
happened?
And then there was a big dude in here.
Big dude.
Yeah, so this is another boss fight. This one is weird because, yeah, you have to...
He's a Kraken!
Yeah, he is. You have to... I should have probably stolen more,
After each character uses a turn attack or steal, the base swim to the other side of the chamber. On your next turn, press left.
Yeah, so you have to, like... You have to swim after him.
Yeah. Because he's gonna move.
Yeah.
So you have to follow.
Yeah, so he, like, swims around to the other side. Out of attack range. Oh, wait, no, what am I doing? Am I just standing by? What am I supposed to do? I thought I was supposed to go after him.
On your next turn, press left to enter the trigger command menu and choose standby. This chance to rest restores 50 HP to each character.
Okay.
On Titus's next turn, use the cheer ability if it's available. After the short rest, Dross uses Nautilus Charge to attack both characters at once.
Which did more than... Anyways. Alright, let me see if I can do my overdrive this time and not fail at it. I don't know why I can't get that. Like, it seems so fast. I've never had any trouble with that in the past when I've played this game. But, like, it just seems really fast. Uh-oh. That's weird, yeah. I don't know why I can't get his... Like... And every time I fail, I feel like I'm getting it. I'm just like, yeah, I got it. And then it's like, bah, bah.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything else to use. Cool.
Yeah, her regular attack is very strong.
Yeah. I thought you could swim after him. That's like the weird thing. Yeah. Yeah, like this is like what I thought happened.
So you just had to wait a turn to do it.
I guess. Yeah, so I mean now we're basically flanking him. I think I do more damage from behind. Just keep slapping with those tentacles, man.
So you only did 150 that time.
Yeah.
You did 260 at the last one.
Yeah, that was just a crit then. Poor Riku's taking all the hits, man.
Yeah, she's in front.
Yeah, because like everyone's like I said, everyone's yeah, I turned around.
Going after you.
Everyone's overdrive is different.
Yeah.
And yeah, Titus's spiral cut is that one, and yeah, I don't know why I'm having so much trouble getting that one.
After this fight, we might have to put the purple lights on just so we can see more. Because I can't read this book. It's getting too dim in here. It's so weird how, like,
Did I finally get him?
We're,
There.
it looks like it. How, like, now that we're pushing into summer months.
It gets dark so late.
Yeah,
It messes with me.
but it's like,
It's not getting dark until like 8 o'clock now.
yeah, but it's not even like, it's like mid-darkness. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
There's like a longer period of time where like the sun's gone, but like there's still a little bit of light out. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's, yeah, like sunset's taking a lot longer. That's definitely what I was trying to say.
Oh, that's weird. It gave me all that tutorial stuff, but it didn't actually happen. I didn't realize that.
That's kind of dumb.
Yeah, because I didn't actually have cheer because I hadn't used it. And it always tells you which one to use because it's the only one you can use. Like if I try and use a mana sphere, it's like no. And then it's like power sphere, okay, you can use this one.
Yeah.
Raise my defense.
Cool.
Oh, this is where I came from.
Yeah, I can see how this game is just kind of like difficult to navigate around because like how are you gonna know how to go anywhere?
Yeah. What's going on?
I don't know.
Why can't I get out of here?
It's here on this side. It's right there. Door.
I don't see it.
It's you have to go further on this side. It's like right under that thing. That's like an opening, isn't it?
No, look at the map. See, like it should be. See the map of this area? I don't know if it's closed off right now. Because they're across. I can't get out this way either. Oh. I think both are closed off. I have to talk to Riku and go out this side thing.
Oh. Yeah, this
Yeah.
game is. Okay. Fine.
Yeah, I was like.
This is the kind of stuff that I find frustrating, and like this would just make me want to rage quit.
I mean, it took like 2 seconds to.
No, I know, but like as
Oh
this
no.
continues to happen, you know, it's definitely
And,
like a.
and as a kid, that I got really frustrated with this game because I was like, first of all, I found that like the view just made things unnecessarily difficult. I was like, if the camera just followed behind me, I could actually see shit. But like, the camera's like kind of like bad by design.
Yeah, it's like intentional to make things a little bit more
Yeah.
difficult on you, so that things aren't so easy.
Yeah,
Are these all their like workers?
yeah. I just don't know how we just breathe. Everyone can just breathe underwater in this.
Yeah, like are these people amphibious? I guess that like that's part of fantasy though, right? Is like you just believe the world because you believe it, you
'Cause-
know, and there's not much questioning or explaining too
Yeah,
much.
because they never really explained that. I mean, in Blitzball, same deal. Like you're just in a sphere of water, and how do you breathe in it? And
Yeah.
also, how do they create a sphere of water just floating in the air? But yeah, like Titus apparently is just amphibious. So the Albed. I don't get the whole thing with the Albed like thinking Titus is a fiend and being like, oh, what's the deal? I'm like, he looks exactly
just
like you.
Yeah.
I'm just like, he even has like the blonde hair, blue eyes, like all the Albed. So it's just like, it's just kind of like, I mean, he even looks Albed.
Mm-hmm. Is that like a characteristic of them?
Yeah, like, because
Is it
Albed
the
are like a
blonde?
race of people, so they just tend to be blonde. And Ty shakes off like a dog.
Hey! Hey, I helped out, didn't I?
Albed are kind of just dicks, man. Kind of just dicks. They do have a pretty sweet ship.
Hungry.
Titus also wants some Taco Bell.
I love the music changes.
Whoa!
Here, have your gruel.
Right?
I know, like the noises he's making, man. That's so culturally Japanese. They just like to make noises.
Hey,
Ah, your
Oh,
curry is
it's
so
just too
spiced.
spicy?
I don't
Oh.
know.
it's because you eat too fast.
Look at Rika, how cute is she? I mean, he's remarkably just like, yeah, this is chill. Like, as far as he
I
knows, just like
know.
everything's destroyed.
Maybe he doesn't realize
Hello
that things
there.
are
What
like
is your name?
messed up.
Riku?
Whoa! You really do understand. Woo-hoo-hoo!
Titus is just a little loopy, I
Yeah,
think, right
she's
now.
like, wow, this guy's actually crazy.
Why didn't you say so earlier?
I didn't get a chance to. Everyone thought we were a fiend.
We?
We?
Oh,
we
you what?
means you.
Yeah.
Um,
So yeah, because they change the letters and then actually pronounce it the way they're changed to O-U-I, they're pronouncing that we.
We're Al Bhed. Can't you tell? Wait, you're not an Al Bhed hater, are you?
I
Al
don't even
Bhed
know what
hater.
an Al Bhed is.
Where are you from?
Xanarkin. I'm a blitzball player. Star player of the Xanarkin Abes.
Did you hit your head or something?
Yeah, so now we're learning a little bit here.
You guys hit me?
Yeah, it's like, don't you remember you did?
Oh, right. Do you remember anything before that?
Man, you should see 10-2. 10-2 has all the cute costumes, because that's literally part of
So I told her
10-2.
everything there was to tell about Xanarkin.
It's like the characters have different
About
costumes,
life there,
different powers.
Blitzball, and Sin's attack. And about how Aaron and I were engulfed in this light. I just said things as they came to mind. But then I started to wonder. Did I say something funny?
You were near Sin. Don't worry, you'll be better in no time. They say your head gets funny when Sin is near. Maybe you just had some kind of dream?
Yeah, so like clearly like what he's saying about being
You
from
mean I'm
Xanarkin and
sick?
makes no sense to her.
Yeah.
And so her explanation is that like, yeah,
there is
like
no Xanarkand anymore.
exposure
It was
to
destroyed
sin.
1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
So no one plays blitzball there.
Huh?
So clearly you and Titus and the viewer, everyone believes, right?
1,000 years ago.
We traveled through time.
But I saw Sin attack Xanarkin. You're saying that happened 1,000 years ago? No way.
Either that or somehow he was
Parallel
like,
universes.
or he was preserved or something. So it's just kind of like Titus is confused because, you know, she was confused because she's like, there's no way you lived in Xanarkin. Xanarkin was destroyed 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, and that was the first appearance of Sin, essentially. When Sin destroyed Xanarkin, that was the first time anyone in this world had ever seen Sin. It's the first time Sin existed, was when he came and destroyed Xanarkin.
Weird. I'm convinced this is Sin, like, is some weird, like, portal through time and space, and you didn't technically time travel, it's just you warped into another dimension where
You play
Xanarkin
blitzball?
was fine and okay, and now
Uh-huh.
you're in this world where...
You know, you should go to
I don't
Luca.
know.
Or has Xanarkin been destroyed?
Someone might know who you are, or you might find someone you recognize.
Luca?
But clearly Blitzball still exists because she knew what that was.
That's true. She's really interesting, like,
Okay, leave it
gauntlet
to me.
flaps.
I'll get
Yeah.
you, Luca.
I don't know
Promise.
if they're kind of meant to be for like swimming or something
You'd
like that.
rather
Like they're
stay
almost
here?
like fins, you know, like
Okay,
flippers.
I'll go tell the
Because
others.
she's
Wait
very
here.
fishy.
Yeah.
Oh, and one thing. Don't tell anyone you're from Xanarkin, okay? Yevon says it's a holy place. You might upset someone.
So Yevon is the religion of this world. The Al Bhed don't follow Yevon, and that's part of why they're generally hated by most of the population. Because in the teachings of Yevon, also machina are forbidden, like machines technology.
Some kind of holy place?
And the Al Bhed
Yeah,
also
right,
use
I
machines. Like we're obviously on a ship right
Since
now.
when?
Interesting.
Yevon? Sin? Luca? I thought Sin just took me to a faraway place. That I could go back in a day or two. But 1,000 years into the future?
So yeah, Titus himself says like I've traveled 1,000 years into the future.
You dummy. It's kind of interesting because they have like very like. What the heck? They have very like cartoony movements, but like realistic characters.
Yeah.
So this is Sin again, right?
Yeah. So we just get washed right off the deck of the ship.
So Sin keeps targeting Titus.
So it appears, yeah.
It definitely seems
Like, it
like that
appears
because
like-
it's like he appears wherever Titus is, and he's like, "Whoa, I'm gonna take you away."
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I don't know. Not sure. Never sure.
Yeah.
None of this makes sense, but that's fine.
Yeah.
doesn't
So
have to make
as far as we know right now, we were in Xanarkand. We were playing Blitzball as we do as a Blitzball player. Sin came and attacked. Arn showed up. Arn seemed weirdly chill and to know what was going on.
Yeah.
We both like warped into some light portal thing. Showed up in some ruins. The Al Bhed found us. Sin attacked again. And now we washed up here with our boy Waka. Waka's my boy.
Bring the ball, you.
Waka's racist.
You idiot. What?
Waka's racist. He hates the Al Bhed. Because Waka's super religious.
Oh.
So he's like a classic religious bigot. Like, it's just weird. It's these things you don't pick up on when you're a kid, man. But, like, Waka does not like the Al Bhed. And he's, like, super, like... I mean, he at least, like, very much believes in the teachings of Yevon and stuff like that.
Yes.
So he thinks that, like, the Al Bhed don't believe in Yevon. And not only do they not believe in Yevon, but they use Forbidden Machina. And so they're evil.
Weird.
And it's just like, you're kind of racist, dude. A little bit uncool, man. Super uncool, actually.
You wanna try that move one more time?
But also, I love Waka. He's the best. But
Finally,
he should be less racist.
things were starting to look up.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I know, right? And he did a headbutt. Sorry, I just kicked your ball out to sea.
What the heck is up with that,
Who you play for?
like,
Xanarkand
beat?
See, and obviously, like,
Careful.
exactly, and they're kind of like, this is kind of like the country, right?
Say again.
They're like this is like a remote island.
I got too close to Sin, and my head's all foggy like. So I don't know where this place is, or even where I came from.
Sin's toxin got to you.
His little, like,
You're still alive.
shoulder gauntlet thing is so
Yeah.
weird, how it sticks out instead
See,
of...
so now that gesture is no longer a
All right, back to practice.
blitzball thing.
Yeah?
It's like a prayer gesture.
Coach and captain
Weird.
Like that thing, like they did that. That's
Yeah.
that's like a prayer gesture. So that was when they did that and they brought up Sin. That was like him crossing himself. Like if you were Catholic, like basically like
Oh.
they brought it up, and so yeah,
Being
so
like, oh, you know,
Because he was like, "Oh,
Heaven
Sin
save
got
me."
you. Yeah, exactly. Like, so he basically performed that gesture, and that gesture was essentially like crossing himself. Like, oh,
Strange.
like if you were Catholic.
Yeah.
I forget. There's an item over here somewhere. It's either in that tent or at the end of this dock. I forget.
Let's find out.
Not at the end of this dock. I mean, I guess I could just look at the map, but also, yeah, I do need more light to.
Shallow waters of Besaid.
Yeah, I'm like, I know there's items around here. Yeah, so Besaid, that's right. These are the Besaid Aurochs. But yeah, so yeah, Besaid's just kind of a remote island, and the people here like have a deep reverence for Yevon. Where is it?
Is it behind the tent? Like on the other side?
Somewhere around here. There it is. 2 antidotes.
Antidote 2.
So yeah, I mean, immediately forgets, like, Riku told him basically, like, yeah, don't say you're from Zanarkand, because it is, like, Zanarkand is, like, here in Spirit, like, Zanarkand is, like, a holy land.
Yeah.
It's kind of, like, and also, like, a forbidden place kind of, like, to go, essentially. Like, only the summoners can go there, and it's, like, the final step on their pilgrimage.
Check that out.
So...
Oh yeah, because Yuna's one of those, huh?
Yeah, when we meet our girl Yuna. The Moon Crest. So this is
See,
actually...
I remember some things.
That Moon Crest, actually, I believe, is actually, like, part of, like, getting Yuna's ultimate weapon. And it's, like, it's this early... It's literally the beginning of the game right here. I mean, you can come back here eventually, but if you don't get it now, there's, like, a long time you can't get... But yeah, getting Yuna's ultimate weapon, I don't know if they changed it in the international version, is actually pretty easy, and her ultimate weapon is so good. Because yeah, my Yuna got ridiculously good. Because once,
so I just had to ask.
Towards the end in my original file,
It's true Zanarkand was destroyed, right?
Yeah, destroyed
1,000 years ago. So it's just
like I got her ultimate weapon, which makes everything cost 1 MP, and then I went to the Lulu Sphere Grid and got like double cast and some black magic, and she just became so offensively strong.
Big cities with machina,
Yeah,
machines
so.
to run them. People played all day and let the machina do the work. And then, well, take a look. Sin came and destroyed the machina cities, and Zanarkand along with him. Yeah, that was about 1,000 years ago, just like you said. If you ask me, Sin's our punishment for letting things get out of hand. What gets me though is we gotta suffer because of what some goofballs did way
It's
back
so
when.
like literal
Of course, we must always
Christianity.
repent for our sins. That's important. It's just that it's hard to keep at it sometimes, you know?
It was just
Like-
as Riku said. Waka and Riku
Yeah, it's like the idea of like basically we're paying for what some people did. So yeah, Yevon basically teaches that like the people of the past
But you
basically
Zanarkand Dave, that was
were
a good
sinful,
one, huh?
and
Hey, I'm not saying
because no one
that
knows where
team
sin
never
came
existed,
from.
huh? But you gotta figure. a team
But it's
living
also
in luxury
named
like that be
Sin.
pretty
Yeah,
solid,
it's
eh?
named sin, but then also like
appreciated
they have the
fact
concept
that
of
Waka
sin
was
as like
trying to
doing
cheer me
evil.
up. But at that time,
Are those
all I could think
separate
about
things in
was
this, or no?
everything
Well, it's the
that
same
happened
word,
to
but
me.
yeah, they're separate things.
All
It's kind of
this
like they call
started
that
with
beast
sin.
sin, but I
Maybe
think
if
it's
I could
more.
find Sin one more time, I could go home.
I think it's meant to be like
For
almost
now,
like
I just live life
sin, the
until that
creature,
time
is almost
came.
like the physical
No worrying about
manifestation of
where or
humanity's
when I
sin.
was.
Yeah,
Sure,
that's
it was
kind of
hard
what
not
I
to
was
think of
thinking.
home, but I started to feel better already. A little better. Maybe.
So yeah, Waka kind of tells us that key kind of like just basically like basically there were these technologically advanced cities and the people were lazy and
Hey,
machines
it's
did
this way.
everything. This way? Can I go that way? Oh, well.
Are you going far enough into the little corner
Yeah,
there?
no, it's fine. There's no items yet. I'm
Oh.
pretty sure we swim here. Coming up. We came out of here this way, yeah, so we went there. We're looking at the guidebook, so you'll hear us refer to it sometimes.
Yeah. I can't read this guidebook for...
The maps are
For
kind
anything.
of weird. Like, it's basically each screen is shown, and then there's arrows like connecting them, like showing how they.
Yeah, I'm starting to get that.
Yeah.
What's the big idea? I think that's such a weird phrase. What's the big idea? Like, and it's usually said in like a sassy way.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. That's such an interesting phrase. I'll have to look up where that originated.
Kind of like, what do you think you're doing, kind of thing. Like.
Yeah, but like, what's the big idea? Like, why was it why does that translate to what do you think you're doing? You know?
That
I kind of
makes sense.
question. Really?
Yeah, just like, what's your thought? Like, why are you doing that? Kind of, I don't know. It's kind of literal. Like, hey, what was your reasoning for that? Like, what's the big idea? Yeah, so Wakka actually fights with a Blitzball. Which I think is funny. But yeah, I mean, you end up with like a crap ton of most spheres. Because like everything drops them. There's another, yeah, like there's another chest around here somewhere. I mean, that's another thing, like, I was always so blind at finding chests in this game. And part of it is because, like, nothing, like, I don't know, nothing kind of alerts you to when a chest shows up. It's like in, I forget, it was like 7 or something. Like a little exclamation mark appears over your head when like you're near one or something. Like there's no indicator necessarily of when you can or can't attack.
Are these fiends?
Yeah, so they're fiends. Like you see the way like the like lights kind of like come out of them.
So have
like,
fiends like kind of assimilated into like the world now? Like, are they just part of the world?
Yeah.
After, because Sin brought them, right? Brought like a plague of fiends, and then did things like adapt after that, where people are just like, these are these things that are like hostile and whatever.
Yeah, they're just like these hostile beings now.
Yeah, you have to watch out for them.
Nice. Critical hit. Yeah, like, you kind of, you'll definitely learn more about the fiends.
Wow, they really all went for you. Wakka's health is like out of this world, dude. So he can hit one of them and then the other two?
Well, some of these are like actually a school. Like, it's like they're a single unit. Yeah, so like sometimes like a single fish, but those 3 were all technically like a single unit.
That is a floating chest.
It is, they've all been floating.
But that's fine.
Yeah. So many fish, man.
Get those prawns.
Yeah, I mean, most of these early enemies you just like spam attack and kill them and stuff like that.
The bosses you have to be a little bit more strategic for.
Yeah, and some enemies, like, there's also like a basic, this game has a very basic like rock, paper, scissors to it. Like certain enemies like require like piercing damage, like so only like Auron and Kimahri like have like piercing damage or whatever, like, and then some enemies that are flying like require range, and some elemental enemies have specific have like specific elemental nope. How did it do that? That was weird. Yeah, it almost like wasted my movement, made me backtrack. Like, no, thank you.
This game is very beautiful, though.
Yeah, especially in this HD version, just where it looks good on a modern TV and has better textures. It has Tidus freaking out a little bit in the water. Did you notice that? He was like kind of like twitching weirdly.
Oh no, I didn't notice that. But I noticed that like some of the animations do that. Like some of the in-between frames, like some like knees will like flicker.
Yeah.
Knees and elbows. Well, I mean that's just with all game animation is like if the character's low poly enough and if the then like the rig will naturally just kind of like flicker.
Got a favor to ask you.
You want me on your team, right?
I'll let you drown, bitch.
A major blitz tournament's coming up. All the teams in Spira will be there. It's so huge, I'm sure someone there will recognize you. Then you can go back to your old team, right?
I also like the way that
It'll be
they
fun. What do you
like
say, huh?
swim in like boots and stuff like that.
They like swim in their clothes.
Yeah,
It makes me like feel like they're
Sure
aquatic
thing.
people.
yeah. Cause like Titus just has like straight up just like work boots. Like it looks like he's wearing like.
Yeah.
I mean, like it generally just looks like he's wearing work boots.
I thought then that Blitzball and Sin were the only two things that Spira and Xanarkand had in common. I wasn't too far off either.
Cause yeah, I mean, obviously, like it's the future, so to speak, future, even though it's
Yeah.
not the future, but it feels
This
like
is
it's
where
the
I was
future.
born.
But
I
yeah,
started
it's-
Blitz when I was 5. I joined the Aurochs at 13, 10 years ago. 10 years. And we never won a game. Well, after last year's tournament, I quit. Time seemed right.
Oh, Titus is hungry. He's gonna be like, yo, can you feed me
So,
before this thing?
After quitting, I got this new job, yeah? But every time my mind
Ah,
wandered,
that was weird.
thought about
Yeah,
the
that was kind
game.
of weird.
10 years without a single win will do that.
My first match last year was my big chance. But something else was on my mind. I couldn't focus.
Nice excuse.
Hey, hey!
So, you want to win the next
What a
tournament?
crazy
Go out with a
haircut.
bang.
I don't know how great though.
So, what's our goal?
I don't care how we do. Long as we play our best. If we
I
give
just
it our
love
all,
Titus's
I
voice.
can
Like
walk
he has so
away
much
happy.
character.
Titus?
No,
Or
no, no,
what?
Or
no.
Walker, I mean, yeah.
If I say, what's our goal? You say, victory! When you play in a Blitzball tournament, you play to win.
Victory? You're serious?
What? Playing to win? I think it automatically like walked us in. That's fine. Let's go down to the village. Because there was like a save spot. Let me see. How did it go? Yeah, so it like automatically walked us past, and there was a save sphere up there, but it's fine because we'll get to
The
the
one from the
village.
sea.
Be on guard.
It's
There are
got
fiends
on
on the road
Muzu.
today.
After surviving your run-in with Sin, it would be a shame if something happened now.
Who are they?
Luzu and Gata, Crusaders.
Huh?
Yeah, it's like the Crusaders, just like trying to protect
What, you
from.
forgot that too?
They're like they fight against the fiends.
Hey, sorry. Don't worry about it. I'll help you out.
Cool. In return, come tournament time, I'll make sure we take the cup.
Cool. About the Crusaders, you can ask them yourself. They got a lodge in a village.
I love the music here too. Like so much of the music in this place is, or in this game is just so good.
Be safe, village.
They got any food there?
We'll get you something over there later. Take a look around first.
Look around at all like 6 tents
Look
that are
at this little
here.
crop
The
top.
Crusaders' lodge is
Yeah,
over
right.
yonder.
Titus and
Luzu and
cute
Gata are
crop
usually
tops.
there. All right. Over here.
Huh? What's up?
You do remember the prayer, right?
I didn't know it in the first place, to tell the truth.
Man, that's like the basics of the basics. All right, I'll show you.
So then he shows, you know, it's the Blitzball like salute.
Go ahead, you try. Not bad. Okay, now, go present yourself to the Temple Summoner.
Any Blitzball player would know that prayer. It was the Blitzball sign for victory.
Going to the temple. Stealing the stuff. Going to the temple and taking the shit.
Obtained Phoenix Down. What does that mean?
So I never really realized it, but it's like, you know how a I'm just gonna, hey guy, how's it going? I'm just gonna, I mean, you know how like a duck or like birds have like down, like their feathers, like their soft under feathers.
Oh yeah.
So a phoenix down, like
it's the soft under feathers of a phoenix.
Of a phoenix, yeah. So it's like
interesting.
It's in Final Fantasy. Phoenix down is always what resurrects you, so you can resurrect a party member with phoenix down. And I did not put that
with
together.
Feathers.
I did not put that together for the longest time until I think it was Crystal Chronicles, because you actually Phoenix Downs actually drop and they're clearly a phoenix feather, and then it finally clicked in my head like, oh, Phoenix down, like not like the phoenix isn't like down in direction, it's its feather, like the down is its, you know, soft under feathers, and they're used for resurrection.
And wonderful pillows.
Yeah. Oh, a Phoenix Down pillow, man. That's a soft pillow. Phoenix Down duvet. You know, very warm, very insulating.
As if we need that. We don't need anything that makes our bed any warmer.
And so, like, these are like the hymns. Like, each temple has a different hymn.
Them standing in that place.
But I love the hymns too. Like, they kind of like chanting. More trains.
Right as there's this like beautiful hymn going on.
I began to realize how different this world was from my own.
Oh, like how cool is the temple though, and like the monks' design and all this stuff. And so I think this is Braska. This is Yuna's father.
10 years have passed since Lord Braska became High Summoner. And finally, we receive a statue for our temple.
Well, what's a High Summoner? I got too close to Sin's toxin. It was funny hearing myself make the same excuse over and over. Funny, and a little sad.
The Summoners are practitioners of a sacred art, sworn to protect the people of Yevon. Only a chosen few become Summoners, who call forth entities of great power, the Aeons. The Aeons hear our prayers and come down to us. They are the blessing of Yevon.
So they're like angels.
So what he meant...
I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess basically, like, it's interesting because summons have always been like a mechanic in Final Fantasy games. You could always summon, you know, like these beings to fight, and they're always like a powerful thing. And this game, summons are like a key part of the story because, yeah, basically, the summoners, you know, defend the people. Can I go in any of these rooms right now? I always like press X near the walls, like see if I can like find a chest that I can't see.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, like I said, a select few people become summoners, and then a certain person becomes the High Summoner. And we learn more about all that later as well. Hello, who are you? Even searching the scriptures of Yevon, I have found no cure for Sin's toxin. May the blessing of Yevon guide you to health, friend. So I mean, this is like a common thing for people who like survive an attack from Sin, is to have like essentially like lasting effects.
Not just like memory loss, but also kind of like strange behavior
Yeah.
in a way. That's
Yeah.
why, like, you're more of like a, you could pass it off as Sin's toxin.
Yeah.
What if the other people who are affected by Sin's toxin are also just like you?
I don't
Just
know.
have been time traveled. But not time traveled, because that's not actually what it is.
Yeah.
Look at them using looms.
Yeah, they're weaving.
Hand looming it.
Hand luminant. Yeah.
Do you know what the word lumen means or refers to?
It's a
Sorry,
measure
man.
of light.
No time for lunch yet.
It's
Take a
also...
nap.
Like how many lumens the light bulb is?
Oh, well, I guess that makes sense. Because lumen is what you refer to, blood is, or lumen refers to the path of blood in a CT scan.
Oh, interesting.
So lumen
You
is
could
where
at
you
least
can
go see how
see
they're doing.
blood with contrast
Can't
in it.
interfere. It's a rule.
But it's been nearly.
So-
Were you like falling asleep? Is that
yeah,
what I meant?
exactly. As you were falling asleep, the priest came in and
It's been nearly.
It's been nearly a day already.
Perhaps you could go look for us.
People are searching for him now.
that's Titus's
Thank
mom.
you.
So like this like kind of sunk into another dream memory of his past.
Who cares whether he comes back or not?
But he might die.
Oh, Jekt?
Yeah.
Fine, let him.
Do you hate him so? But if he dies, you'll never be able to tell him how much you hate him.
And then we're able to kick him right in the dick.
What? That's crazy. Okay, so you do not like your dad.
Oh, you have mad daddy issues. Cause yeah, he was basically like blitzball player, never around anyways, and then he disappeared.
Damn, I feel bad for your mom now.
Yeah, and who even knows where your mom is now? We only see her in those like flashbacks.
Titus doesn't seem to care about her.
I mean, that's like very Japanese storytelling, right? Like you just go on and like, whatever. My parents, I don't know.
Is something wrong?
The summoner hasn't returned from the trial.
Eh?
Well, apprentice summoner, really.
Until you pass like the
There's
first,
a room in
the
there called
first
the
cloister.
of Trials. Beyond is where the apprentice summoner prays. If the prayer is heard, the apprentice becomes a fully fledged summoner. Remember?
So someone is in there somewhere and they haven't come back out. Right, I got it.
A day's already gone by.
Is it particularly dangerous in there?
Sometimes, yes.
Why don't you go in and help?
There's already guardians in there. Besides, it's forbidden.
Hey, but what if something happens? What if the summoner dies?
Our precepts must be obeyed.
Like I care.
Titus.
Wow, just coming here
Maybe
disrespecting the religion.
This wasn't such a good idea after all.
Yeah, you think so?
Ooh, and this is the cloister music, man. The cloisters of trials are ridiculous. Like, I don't know how you would do these without a guidebook. Like some of them are relatively easy, some are hard.
Is it because you're not supposed to be in here?
Well, no. Once you become one of Yuna's guardians, the guardians are allowed to enter the cloister with her.
So are you supposed to go through this way?
Well, for the game to continue, yes.
I didn't realize. I thought it was like something you could come back to after like you had gotten experience or something.
Well, yeah, you'll see. Those who seek to learn of Yevon's secret arts are tested by the Cloister of Trials. Find the right way, and you will be taken to the Chamber of the Faith. Spelled F-A-Y-T-H, clearly, because that's a different thing. So it's not the Faith are very important to that. Like the Faith are, I don't even know how to describe them. You'll see later on.
Okay.
7 objects with X.
I'll learn things.
So they're like puzzle chambers.
Yeah, I've gotten that.
It's easier when Super needs the guidebook.
Up, left, down, up, right, down, left, up. That was the pattern.
Alright, so if you look here, you can kind of guide me through.
Descend the stairs to the small overhang on the wall. Oh yeah. Descend the stairs to the small overhang on the wall. Examine this for a brief explanation about spheres, and then obtain the glyph sphere. Move to the door at the bottom of the stairs and insert the glyph sphere to open it.
All sorts of spheres are necessary. Alright, so I removed the glyph sphere. Can only carry one sphere at a time. Yeah, like
So go down.
So now I go down and just place it in the door.
Move to the door at the bottom of the stairs and insert the glyph sphere to open it.
Yeah, this one's pretty straightforward.
Take the glyph sphere from the open door panel and proceed to the next sphere recess.
You know what's funny to me though? I mean, obviously things reset, but I always think it's funny when you're like following someone through, like in video games or in something like this, where like clearly someone's ahead of you, and it's kind of like, shouldn't this stuff already be open if they went through it?
Yeah.
Sorry, where am I taking it?
Proceed to the next sphere recess. I think that's
Just
what it's
this one
talking
right
to.
here.
Yeah. Reveal secret room. Inside is a destruction sphere, but don't take it just yet. Proceed to the next area.
Okay.
So they just wanted you to open that, apparently.
And then what do I do next?
Examine the runes across the pedestal to reveal a glyph. Examine the glyph again to open a hidden chamber. Enter the chamber and remove the Besaid sphere.
Besaid.
Besaid.
Like the Besaid aura.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I gotta. It's a very, very serious business. Gotta.
Yeah.
Look at this room though. How cool is this?
Das wird.
You found a Besaid sphere. I'm gonna take that sphere, dog.
Insert Besaid sphere into the pedestal. This reveals yet another chamber, Titus, and Titus pushes the pedestal inside. At this point, leave the pedestal after you push it inside. At this point, leave the pedestal and return to the destruction sphere.
Yeah, because this is how we get like that weapon for Yuna, I'm pretty sure. Because this is like an optional part. And then you just put it in like the wall around the corner, right?
Place the destruction sphere in the slot which you found the Besaid sphere. This opens a hidden chamber on the far side of the cloister.
Yeah. And that's why I tell you, because since you can only carry one sphere at a time. And it like blows this wall up. Chest! Heck yeah.
Go to the new opening in the wall and obtain a Rod of Wisdom. Oh yeah, that's what you had to do. And then return to the pedestal and push it into the room until it locks into place and sinks into the floor.
Pushing these is always kind of weird, because like you have to like, I got it pretty easy that time, like you have to be like lined up correctly or just like be running around it.
Hey! It's gotten into you. Hey, it's okay. Only summoners, apprentice summoners, and their guardians can enter here. It's a tradition, very important.
So what about you?
Me? I'm a guardian.
A guardian?
He's like,
I don't know. Yeah, I guess. Right?
Whoa! Ah! Summoners go on a pilgrimage to pray at every temple in Spira. Guardians protect them. The Guardian's in there now. One of them's got a short fuse, and who knows what the other's thinking. Well,
So Kamari's the one who you don't know what they're thinking, and Lulu's the one with the
might as well
short
go all
fuse.
the way.
I know you're not supposed to be in here, but now that we're in here, like, screw it.
Might
let's
as well.
go. Yeah.
So he's a Waka's a guardian.
What are
Yeah.
you doing here? Didn't think we'd be able to handle it.
No, it's just... See, I told you she gets mad easy.
And Kamari is her guardian?
Is
Yeah.
the summoner all right?
What the hell are you?
Are you?
Does Waka have a summoner?
Yeah, they're all Yuna's guardians, all three of them.
Oh,
I don't know why Waka wasn't in there with them to begin with. That's kind of like a weird thing.
yeah.
Titus is just like, damn, son. Nobody told me the summoner was banging.
She does not look like she's doing okay.
She's been through an ordeal.
Lulu is like so dark looking.
Become a summoner.
I love Yuna's character design, like her weird like mix of like this kind of
Man,
style of
was I
this game
surprised.
and the
And here I
like
was
traditional
thinking
like
summoners were
shrine
all
maiden
geezers.
look of like the feudal Japan.
You're just like following everybody. Like I have no clue what's happening.
Yeah.
Hey, over here!
So like as we join and go around doing stuff, you know, we'll do the rest of the cloisters because we'll actually become an official
Wait till you
guardian.
see this.
No, he just pushes everyone out of the way.
Ready?
Okay.
Yuna's voice actor really is the worst though. She just always sounds so like monotone and like. But like
Maybe
Yuna.
that's how she was directed to be.
Oh, definitely. Like it might have been the voice direction, and what they're going for with her character. Yeah, I wonder what the Japanese actress, like, what her thing was.
It's weird though because
So like every temple contains a different faith.
yeah.
And the faith is like a being. Like a spirit being.
Okay.
And each faith has its own Aeon. And essentially like the Aeon is like a spirit being that like can be summoned when the faith like gives it to you, essentially. Like gives you the ability to call it. So like essentially the Aeons are unique to the faith of each temple. So anyone who passes the
I've never
cloister
seen
and
anything
prays
like
to
it in my
any
life.
summoner who prays to the
Sure,
faith of
it
this
was a
temple
little scary,
will receive
but still,
Valefor or
I
whatever
could
that
feel
summon.
a strange kind of
Wow.
gentleness coming from it.
But like the Aeons remind me of like fiends also.
I remember that
They're
night
they're
we
related,
talked
yeah.
for the first
They're
time.
kind of-
I didn't know it then, but after that night, everything changed.
because the Fire
For
Nation
everyone.
attacked.
For me.
Can't get enough of that Yuna, baby.
Yuna, baby.
Yuna,
Let me
baby.
introduce you to the team. This guy here wants into the tournament so bad, I let him on the team.
Walker's gotta play cool,
His
man.
memory's a little fuzzy, so don't mind him if he says anything odd. Come on, say
He's
hi.
an idiot. So, you know.
It's a bummer that he's a racist.
Hi guys.
Oh.
What's our goal?
To do our best!
They're so
Look,
cute.
we got a new goal now. Our new goal is victory. To win every match, defeat every opposing team. To bring the Crystal Cup back to our island. That's all we need to do to win. Easy, huh?
Check her out.
Achieve victory, achieve whammons. That's what Titus is thinking.
Oh yeah.
Get victory, get whammons. That's Titus's motto.
Yeah. Get victory, get whamming.
Yeah.
Sure got the boys worked up, huh?
Get whamming.
Hey girl. Should I
The
go talk
one
to her?
thing that bugs me about Wakka's character model is that his face is so white in comparison to the rest of his body.
Is he?
It's like he has too light a foundation on.
But it was really my fault to begin with.
Yeah, everyone's mad at you for going in there.
I'm Yuna. Thank you so much for your help earlier.
No, he didn't do anything. He just basically offended
Sorry
everyone
about
by.
that. Wasn't I not supposed to? Guess I kind of overreacted.
Oh no, I was overconfident.
They're super shaky in this scene.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, I feel like Yuna's manner is
saw
very
that Aeon
Japanese,
thing.
like in
That's amazing.
style. Like,
Do you think I can become High Summoner?
Like they're so like shaky.
yeah, I know. Like they're vibrating.
Come play with me some more.
So like the summoners are like revered, you know, because they essentially defend them from sin.
Yeah.
Tomorrow then.
Tomorrow?
We're going on the same boat, aren't we?
Oh, really?
Yeah, Titus's like
We
head is
can
just like
Talk
vibrating.
more.
Huh.
So you going for like a high five there?
Yeah.
Tell me all about Xanarkand.
See, like Yuna's kind of like unique in that she weirdly like believes him, like slash like humors
when
him.
everyone else is like,
Yeah.
you're crazy.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
I
You
remember
lost your mind.
when I was playing this game one time, like I set Brian to screen because of that Key and Peele bit where it's like face tan, body tan, she a biscuit. Yeah. So like I took a picture of something on Snapchat. I wrote on the option for I wrote she a biscuit, and it like fit perfectly in there. And like honestly, the font looked kind of the same.
Yeah.
Don't
I
get no
remember that.
ideas.
No
You showed me
promises
that
there,
picture.
big guy. Hey, but what if she, like, comes on to me?
That's not going to happen. If you get tired, let me know. I had a bed made for you.
He's like, don't even
Yeah.
think about it.
Well, like the summoners tend to avoid like
Romantic
connections, you know.
connections,
Tend
like in
to-
general, because their job is to.
Their job is
Important.
very demanding, yeah, so it's kind of like they try to... Which is interesting, though, right? Because obviously Braska didn't, because Braska had a daughter.
Yeah.
Good.
Maybe
Sleep
it was
tight.
out of requirement and not out of.
Well, funnily enough, I mean, this isn't like a big spoiler or anything, but Yuna is half Albed. Braska did the biz with an Albed woman, and Riku
Is that why she has one blue eye?
probably. I don't know if that's where it was coming from, like why she has heterochromia. But yeah, Yuna and Riku are cousins.
Awkward.
And yeah, and Wakka doesn't know. Like, and you find out later. And
Wakka?
they never tell.
Oh, because Wakka would
Be-
be really upset.
Because
if-
Wakka's like, no way, I'll bet her evils. And but Yuna's half I'll bet her mother was
Where's
Albed.
that boat?
Everyone will find us if it doesn't come soon.
You really sure this is okay?
Would you take me to Zanarkand?
Wait, this is a flashback?
No, this is a dream.
Oh.
You said you'd go with me.
Oh, hey,
I thought Waka
So they have him like be
ideas.
awkward on purpose?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, so you're coming with me.
Hey, stop dreaming! You with a woman? You can't even catch a ball!
I mean, Jack is super an asshole.
Oh, what's the matter? Gonna cry again? Cry, cry. That's the only thing you're good for.
Wow.
Huh? What'd you say?
You have to speak loudly.
I hate you!
Huh?
That's the spirit.
You can do it.
So yeah, he's got daddy issues.
I hate you!
He's dead, okay? Dead.
Huh? I love that, like the writing, right? Because it's just like Jack's dead. Like, let it go.
Look a lot like Chapu. I was surprised too, the first time I saw him. But no matter what he looks like, he isn't Chapu. You shouldn't have brought him here in the first place.
Who's the best?
Help.
Excuses again?
Yeah, but
Now that's a babe.
That's it. No more. Enough, Waka.
That's a whole lot of woman.
I love her hair. Super into it.
But yeah, so they're talking about Titus.
Scary.
Yeah.
Right, like,
So, who's Chapu?
My little brother, Chapu. Look like you.
He's dead?
I like how he
was with the
just
Crusaders
up
when
and
they
asks.
Fought Sin last year. He didn't make it.
but now you see why Waka was so chummy with him to begin with. He's like,
So that's
just like, you're like my little brother.
Yeah.
I became a guardian to fight Sin, yeah?
revenge then?
That was the idea. But I'm more worried about a stupid game now than avenging my brother. Well, after the next tournament, I'll be a guardian full-time. I know it kinda looks like I'm using you, but I'm not.
Don't worry. I mean, I owe you a lot. You really helped me out, you know?
It's weird that Waka
What I
isn't
mean
like
is-
racist against you because you look.
Thanks.
You should look like an
Waka's
Abed
not
to
like
him.
super racist. He's just like casually racist.
You're embarrassing me.
Like it's not like it doesn't come up all the time. Basically, like in the game, like.
I mean, that doesn't mean that it isn't a thing, though.
No, I'm saying it is, but I'm just saying like it doesn't come up so
But
regularly.
apparently,
that
like
you'd
the
be
Albed don't think you look like them either.
Yeah.
So maybe that's just like a play into it. That like you look like foreign to everybody for some weird reason.
But then he also says you look like Chapu, and it's like, and Waka is dark skinned and
Yeah.
orange haired, you know. But no one else on the island really has
that
Waka's
coloring.
coloring, you know. It's like they're all pretty Caucasian looking, you know. Waka's the only one who looks, you know, more like Pacific Islander kind of, you know.
And the only one who sounds Pacific Islander.
Yeah, so
You really give him like an Islander.
yeah. So I think that would be a good place to stop. I mean, we went for a good, like, this is almost about 2 hours.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. And that's kind of what I was thinking should be about, like, the length of these streams. Because, I mean, this is a long game. It's probably, I mean, if you went through it quickly, it's probably still about, like, 40 hours if you went through it, like, a decent
Wow.
pace. Final Fantasy games tend to be long.
Well, yeah.
The Kingdom Hearts games are kind of shorter by comparison. But,
sick.
But yeah, so
Well, here we go.
that's a good place, yeah. And we're kind of gotten to here. We're going to be heading out of Besaid soon and going to Luca. So, good place to stop.
Where someone will recognize
We'll be
us.
back next time. Goodbye.
Adios.